Hey there, welcome back friends. In our last video we have created this form. Now if we check the code for this form, definitely this form is getting submitted to this submit.jsp file. Now friends, in this video we will try to create a servlet and the form would be handled by a servlet. So let's check how we gonna handle the form using a servlet. First of all, let us create a servlet. I will highlight this src folder and create a package real quick. The name of the package would be org.steadyeasy.servlet. We will click on finish, and by highlighting this package we would be creating a servlet. Now we will give the name of the servlet as controller. Let's click on next. We will click on next again, and in here we will keep doGet and doPost, both of these methods. And now finally let us click on finish. Alright, so if I show you this controller, then definitely we have doGet and doPost method, and we need to submit the form to this controller.java file. Now in order to get the URL for this particular controller file, it's very simple. Let us quickly run this first of all on our web server. Now the URL of your controller is very simple. Firstly, the base URL, the context path, which is right now highlighted, and then we need to add slash and then name of your servlet. So it is pretty simple. Now let us navigate to form.jsp file and let me highlight this. Alright, so in here inside this action we need to do something. First of all, we will get the context path. In order to get the context path, we will take help of expression element. So in here we will type in request.getContextPath. Once we got the context path, this will give us the base URL, and once we got the base URL, definitely we can add in a slash and then the name of the servlet, which is controller. Alright, so this looks good to me, and finally let us try to execute this particular form. And here is the form. Let me add in a sample data and click on submit, and here is our controller got loaded. Alright, so now let's navigate to the controller, and firstly let us get rid of the content which is there inside our doGet and doPost method. Now friends, this time way around we won't start coding inside the doGet method, rather we will code inside the doPost method. Now we will discuss about this doGet and doPost method in some time. As of now, firstly let us try to print some information which is submitted using the form. So first of all, we will take help of response object. So we will type in response.getWriter.print, and we will try to print some information. Now this information would be what? This information would be the form information. So in order to get the form information, we will take help of request object and we will get the parameter. Alright, now let us also format the servlet a little. Here we go. And now finally let us navigate to form.jsp and let us run this form real quick. Here we go, and we will give the name as my name and we will click on submit. Here we go. So we are able to see the output and the URL is also perfect. Cool. Now let's navigate to our controller once again, and we will cut this particular line of code and we will paste it inside the doGet method, and we will save the changes. Let us try to rerun the form.jsp file once again, and we will give the name as Chand Sheikh and we will click on submit. And now we will get a blank page. Now the reason why we are getting this blank page is very simple. Let me show you the form. In here, the method which we are making use in our form is post. As a result, the doPost method will handle the form, whereas if I convert this method as get, for example, in here, then definitely the doGet method will handle the scenario. Let me rerun the application once again, and we will add in the name as, for example, steadyeasy as of now, and we will click on submit, and here is the output. Now definitely whenever we submit a form and the method is get, then the information would be passed via URL, and as we can easily see that the URL contain the information related to name and country, which is cool. Alright, now finally let us do one small little thing. Let us also display the other information which is there in the form, namely gender, languages and country. So let me copy this line of code and I will paste this once again, and this time we will display gender I will copy this once again and I will rename the parameter as language. And finally, we will also paste this once again, and this time the name would be country. Alright, let us run this form once again on the web server. Now let us add some sample data. Let us click on submit, and here is some information. Cool. Right, Chan Sheikh, male, English and India. Definitely the view is not good enough, but the information is there. Alright, now moving forward, let us do some cosmetic changes in our controller. Moreover, let us also fix the issue of displaying only one language. Now firstly, let us add the BR tag after displaying the information which we receive from the parameter, and the way is very simple. We will concatenate the tag BR. Alright, let me do for rest of the elements. Alright, so this looks good. Now finally, let us get rid of the issue where we are only able to display a single language from a collection of languages, right? So let us get rid of this particular line, and we will now navigate to submit.jsp file, and here is the logic which we have already implemented. So let me copy this logic real quick and I will paste it in here. Let me stop the web server for a minute. Alright, now there is some kind of issues in here, mainly where we are making use of this out object. Alright, so let us fix this issue, and the fix is very simple. In here we will type in print writer out equals response dot get writer, and that's it. Alright, now let us navigate to form.jsp, and we will try to rerun this on our web server. Here is our form. Let us add in some sample data, and we will select two languages and we will click on submit, and here is the output. Definitely we need to make some cosmetic changes. Let us do that. This BR tag needs to be added after displaying the country information, and that should fix the issue. Let me cut this from here and paste it after displaying the language information. Let me format things a little, and now let me refresh the page. And here is the output. Now friends, definitely this isn't a great program, and the ideal scenario could be where we pass the information to a view, and the view file, the JSP file, should display the information accordingly. Now for demonstration purposes, we have displayed that how we can handle thing, how we can display thing, but later down the line we will create full-fledged good web application which will also interact with the database. So good interesting things are coming up. Alright, so this is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.